everyone. Welcome to the English Audiobook Library. I'm Malika. Today, I'm going to tell you a complete story in English. There will be no interruptions, no vocabulary explanations during the story, just pure storytelling. The story is called The New Beginning, and it's about a young woman named Emma who makes a brave decision to change her life. This story is perfect for A2 and B1 level learners. I will speak clearly and at a comfortable pace. Just relax, listen, and enjoy Emma's journey. You can listen multiple times to catch details you might have missed. Are you ready? Let's begin. Emma sat at her desk in the small gray office, staring at the clock on the wall. It was only 2 p.m., but she already felt completely tired. Every day was exactly the same. Wake up at 6 a.m., take the crowded subway to work, sit at her desk from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., answer emails, attend boring meetings, go home, eat dinner, watch TV, sleep, repeat. Emma had worked at this marketing company for 5 years. It was a good job, stable, with a decent salary. Her parents were proud of her. Her friends thought she was successful. But Emma wasn't happy. She felt like a bird in a small cage, unable to fly. Every morning when her alarm rang, she thought, "Not another day like this." Emma was 28 years old. She had always dreamed of becoming a photographer. As a child, she loved taking pictures of nature, people, and interesting places. Her old camera was her most treasured possession. But when she finished university, everyone told her, "Photography isn't a real career. You need a stable job." So she took this office job. She put her camera in a drawer and tried to forget about her dreams. Years passed. Emma became good at her job, but she felt empty inside. Something important was missing from her life. One Wednesday evening, Emma stayed late at the office. Most people had gone home. She walked past the conference room and saw old photographs on the wall. Black and white pictures showing the company's history. Emma stopped and stared at them. They weren't particularly beautiful or artistic, but they told stories. Each picture captured a moment in time that would never come again. Suddenly, Emma felt something wake up inside her, a feeling she hadn't experienced in years. She remembered why she had loved photography. It wasn't just about taking pictures. It was about seeing the world differently, finding beauty in ordinary moments, telling stories through images. That night, Emma couldn't sleep. She lay in bed thinking about her life. Was this really all there was? Working at a job she didn't love? Living a comfortable but meaningless life? At 2 a.m., Emma made a decision. A big, scary, exciting decision. She was going to quit her job and become a photographer. The next morning, Emma woke up feeling different. Nervous but strong. She opened her closet and found her old camera. It was covered in dust but still worked. Emma held it in her hands and smiled. It felt right. But then worry started creeping into her mind. "Am I crazy?" she thought. "I'm almost 30. I have a stable job. What if I fail?" Her mind filled with worried thoughts. What would her parents say? How would she pay her rent? What if she wasn't good enough? What if this was a terrible mistake? She spent the whole day at work, unable to focus on anything except her decision. During lunch, Emma called her best friend, Sarah. "Sarah, I need to tell you something," Emma said nervously. "What's wrong?" "You sound serious," Sarah replied. "I'm thinking about quitting my job." There was silence on the phone. "What? Why? Did something happen?" Sarah asked, surprised. Emma explained everything. Her unhappiness, her dream of photography, her decision to finally pursue what she loved. Sarah listened carefully. Then she said something Emma didn't expect. "Emma, I've been waiting for you to realize this for years. You've been unhappy at that job since day one. Everyone could see it except you. If you want to be a photographer, then be a photographer. Life is too short to waste time being unhappy." Emma felt tears in her eyes. "But what if I fail? What if you succeed?" Sarah replied. "You'll never know unless you try. Besides, would you rather regret trying and failing, or regret never trying at all?" Those words changed everything for Emma. That evening, Emma wrote her resignation letter. She would give the company 1 month's notice, which was professional and gave her time to prepare. The next morning, Emma walked into her boss's office with the letter. Her heart was beating fast. Her hands were shaking. "Mr. Johnson, may I speak with you for a moment?" Emma said. "Of course, Emma. Sit down," her boss said kindly. Emma handed him the letter. "I'm resigning. I've decided that I need to pursue a different path." Mr. Johnson read the letter. He looked surprised but not angry. "I can't say I'm not disappointed. You're a valuable employee. May I ask why?" Emma took a deep breath. "I want to become a photographer. It's been my dream since I was young, and I've finally found the courage to follow it." Mr. Johnson smiled. "You know what, Emma? I respect that. When I was your age, I wanted to be a musician, but I was too afraid to try. Now I'm 55, and I always wonder what if. Don't make my mistake. Go follow your dream." Emma felt relief wash over her. She hadn't expected such support. The next 4 weeks were incredibly busy. Emma told her parents about her decision. As expected, they were worried. "Emma, photography? How will you make money? What about your future?" her mother asked anxiously. Her father was more direct. "This sounds like you're having a crisis. Maybe you should take a vacation instead of quitting." Emma understood their concerns. They wanted her to be safe and secure, but she knew she couldn't live her life just to make them happy. She had to make herself happy. "I know you're worried," Emma said gently, "but I've thought about this carefully. I have some savings. I have a plan. And most importantly, I have to try. Please trust me." Her parents eventually agreed to support her, even though they didn't completely understand. Emma spent her free time preparing. She enrolled in an online photography course. She researched how to start a photography business. She saved as much money as possible. She created a simple website to show her work. She contacted potential clients. On Emma's last day at the office, her colleagues threw her a small farewell party. They gave her a card that everyone had signed and a new camera lens as a goodbye gift. "You're brave, Emma," one colleague said. "I wish I had your courage." Emma realized that many people have dreams they never pursue because of fear. She felt grateful that she had finally found the courage to try. That evening, Emma walked out of the office building for the last time. She stood on the sidewalk, watching people rush past her, everyone heading somewhere, busy with their lives. Emma felt free, scared but free. The next morning, Emma woke up without an alarm for the first time in years. She made coffee slowly, enjoying every moment. She opened her laptop and looked at her empty calendar. Today was the first day of her new life. Emma decided to start by taking photographs just for herself, to remember why she loved photography. She grabbed her camera and walked to the nearby park. It was a beautiful autumn morning. The trees were golden and red, The sunlight came through the leaves softly, creating beautiful patterns on the ground. Emma spent 3 hours in the park, photographing everything: leaves, people walking their dogs, children playing, an elderly couple sitting on a bench holding hands. With each click of the camera, Emma felt more alive. This was what she was meant to do. But the real world came back quickly. By the end of the first week, Emma felt anxious. She had no clients yet. Her savings were slowly decreasing. Worry crept back in. Maybe I made a mistake, she thought one evening. But then she remembered Sarah's words. Would you rather regret trying and failing, or regret never trying at all? Emma decided to take action. She started reaching out to local businesses, offering to take professional photos of their products. She contacted friends, offering family photo sessions at special prices. She posted her work on social media every day. Nothing happened for 2 weeks. Then finally, Emma got her first client, a small bakery that needed photos for their new website. They couldn't pay much, but Emma didn't care. It was a start. Emma spent an entire day photographing bread, pastries, and cakes. She made them look beautiful and delicious. The bakery owner was very happy with the results. These photos are amazing. Can I recommend you to my friends? She asked. Of course, Emma replied, trying to hide her excitement. That one client led to another, and another. Word spread slowly but regularly. 3 months passed. Emma's photography business was growing, but it wasn't easy. Some days were wonderful. Emma would have multiple clients, take beautiful photos, and feel satisfied. Other days were difficult. No clients, bills to pay, and feelings of uncertainty. Emma learned many important lessons during this time. She learned that patience was necessary. Success doesn't happen overnight. Building a business takes time. She learned that rejection was normal. Not every potential client would hire her, and that was okay. She learned that money wasn't everything. Emma earned less than she did at her office job, but she was happier. That was valuable. She learned that believing in herself mattered. On hard days, Emma had to remind herself why she started this journey. One particularly difficult week, Emma had only one small job. She calculated her earnings, barely enough to cover rent. She felt worried and scared. Maybe I should look for a part-time office job, she thought. But that evening, Emma received an unexpected email. It was from a woman named Mrs. Chen. She had seen Emma's work online and wanted to hire her for something very special to photograph. Her daughter's wedding. This was a big opportunity. Wedding photography paid well and could lead to many more clients through recommendations. Emma met with Mrs. Chen and her daughter, Lisa. They showed her their wedding plans and explained what they wanted. We want natural, emotional photos, Lisa said. Not stiff, formal pictures. We want you to capture the real moments. This was exactly Emma's style. She loved photographing genuine emotions and unplanned moments. Emma spent weeks preparing for the wedding. She researched the place, planned her shots, and made sure every detail was perfect. The wedding day arrived. Emma was nervous but excited. She arrived early, checked her equipment, and prepared mentally. The wedding was beautiful. Emma moved quietly through the day, taking pictures of special moments, the bride's nervous excitement. While getting ready, the groom's emotional face when he first saw his bride, grandparents crying happy tears, children laughing and playing. friends dancing and celebrating, the couple's first kiss as husband and wife. Emma was completely absorbed in her work. Time disappeared. She was doing exactly what she loved. 2 weeks later, Emma showed the finished photos to Lisa and Mrs. Chen. She held her breath, hoping they would like them. Lisa opened the album and made a sound of surprise. Tears filled her eyes. "Emma, these are perfect. You captured everything. These aren't just photos, they're memories brought to life." Mrs. Chen hugged Emma. "Thank you for making our special day even more beautiful." Emma felt overwhelming joy. This was why she became a photographer, to help people keep precious moments forever. 6 months after quitting her office job, Emma sat in a small cafe editing photos on her laptop. Her phone buzzed. It was an email from a major lifestyle magazine. They had seen her work and wanted to feature her in an article about new talented photographers. Emma couldn't believe it. She read the email 3 times to make sure it was real. This was a huge opportunity. Being featured in a magazine could completely change her career. Over the next few months, Emma's business continued to grow. She had more clients than she could handle. She raised her prices. She even hired an assistant to help with paperwork. 1 year after her new beginning, Emma thought about her journey. Yes, there had been difficult moments, financial stress, worry, fear. But there had also been incredible moments, satisfied clients, beautiful photographs, personal growth, and genuine happiness. Emma realized something important. The biggest risk in life isn't taking chances and possibly failing. The biggest risk is not taking chances and always wondering what if. One evening, Emma met Sarah for dinner. "Do you remember when I called you that day, terrified about quitting my job?" Emma asked. Sarah laughed. "Of course. I remember thinking, finally, she's waking up." "I want to thank you," Emma said. "You gave me the courage I needed. You asked me a question that changed my life. And what would you say now?" Sarah asked, smiling. Emma thought for a moment. "I'd rather try and know than wonder forever and never know. Even if I had failed, at least I would have tried." "But you didn't fail," Sarah pointed out. "No, I didn't," Emma agreed, smiling. "But even if I had, I would have learned something. I would have grown. I would have been brave. And I could have tried something else." Sarah raised her glass. "To Emma, the brave photographer who followed her heart." They laughed and enjoyed their dinner together. Later that night, Emma returned to her apartment. It was small but comfortable. She had decorated it with her favorite photographs. Emma sat by the window, looking at the city lights. She thought about her journey, from the gray office where she felt trapped, to this moment where she felt free and truly alive. Life wasn't perfect. She still had challenges. Money was sometimes tight. Some months were better than others. But Emma was living honestly and truly. She was doing what she loved. She was being herself. Emma picked up her camera and took a photo of the view from her window, the city lights, shining in the darkness, full of possibilities and hope. This photo represented her journey, from darkness to light, from fear to courage, from just existing to truly living. Emma smiled. This was her new beginning, and it was just the start of something beautiful. And that's the end of Emma's story, the new beginning. I hope you enjoyed listening to Emma's journey. This story teaches us that it's never too late to change your life and follow your dreams. If you understood the main story, excellent. Your English listening comprehension is developing well. If you didn't understand everything, that's completely normal. Listen to this story again. Each time you listen, you'll understand more and more. Learning English through stories is powerful. You're not just memorizing words. You're experiencing language naturally, the way native speakers use it. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me, what did you think of Emma's decision? Would you have done the same thing? Until next time, keep learning, keep listening, and remember, sometimes the bravest thing you can do is follow your heart. This is Malika, saying goodbye and wishing you success on your English learning journey.